Hi, Spencer.
Hi,
I
how
call
are
you
you?
Spencer instead of Michael. I am so sorry.
You know what? That's fine. My good friends call me Spence or Spencer, so you're so entitled.
Okay. Hi, Michael Spencer. So
Hi.
right now we're going to do an interview for your LA showcase. How exciting.
Yes, indeed.
So, the first question is, describe your experience as an actor and
My experience as an actor or voice actor, I will tell you that I spent 30, 35 years in banking, not thinking about being an actor. And when I decided to switch over and start a new career after retirement, um, I had no idea of what it would require. Um, Now I see and understand very, very keenly that you really have to understand acting and you have to understand how to let yourself go. And one of the biggest challenges I had where that was concerned is coming out of my very structured, staid um, life as a banker, and just be able to just kind of just let it all go, let it all hang out, and then just go with whatever. And the thing that really helped me more than anything else was improv classes that I did with the fabulous Laura Lapidus and Talent Inner Circle. And Joanne Yarrow especially has been just marvelous in terms of helping me break out of myself. So my experience as an actor, the biggest impact for me was getting away from me and letting what's inside come out. Does that make any sense, or am I answering your question?
you are.
Probably too much, right?
No, it's never too much.
Okay, cool.
Okay. What are your favorite things about the industry, first and foremost?
First and foremost, the thing that I like most is the camaraderie and the support you get from would-be competitors who are also in the business and many times going after the same job you're going after. But the community is different. Unlike what I have been used to in my previous professional career, people really do want to see you succeed, and they're very, very helpful. So whether it's very seasoned people you talk to, or people who are new, I find that there are new people who I give advice to, just as I look to some more seasoned people to seek advice from, and everybody is helpful. I have not yet come across anyone who says, no, I don't have time for that, or just never call me back, or never hit me up. So that's one of the most impressive things about this industry.
What are some things that you wish you could change about the industry, and how would you change them?
Um, I don't know how, but I will tell you that in my past experiences as a salesperson, you are used to close ratios that on the high end were probably 40%, 30, 40%. And if you were really good at what you did, you were at a close ratio of maybe 15 to 20%. In this industry, the close ratio is going to be way, way, way higher. You got to do so many more interviews. I mean, auditions, I should say. You've got to be in so many more places before you're able to actually start to get any traction. And I wish it were different. That's probably a wish that everybody has. But this business right now is very, very competitive. I don't know what it was like in the past, but as I talk to people about it, they talk about how the industry has changed so much over the last, say, 10 years, particularly since the pandemic, and how much more competitive it is, and how so many more young people, especially, are trying to get into the business that make it even more competitive as people think, oh, here's a great way to make money. Um, and so you have more and more people being attracted to it. I will tell you that as I talk to um, others in the business, particularly as I talk to fathers. I am a father of an adult who is in entertainment. And as I talk to other fathers who have children who do this, we kind of have a group that we talk about some of their frustrations and some of their issues, and it's all the same. So that's what I'm finding out, even though they are probably much more accomplished and have been in the business much longer than I have, and the other dads are not in the business. They come to me and say, Michael, is it always like this? I mean, when is it going to be where you have steady business coming in? You don't have to worry about it anymore. I say, hey, it's a process. It's a journey.
Mm.
Got to stick with it. If you don't,
You fall off.
you fall off. You don't win. You don't win.
Mhm. Alrighty. Thank you for that. So now we're getting into nitty-gritty, the showcase questions. What is one thing you are looking forward to for the showcase?
So what I'm looking forward to is making new contacts and having my image and my voice print um, uh, be introduced to people who are spheres of influence who might be able to generate business at some point in the future, right? So I'm not expecting that I'll have the showcase and boom, I'm going to, immediately book business. That would be great. And I'm not saying it shouldn't happen, but that's not my expectation. My expectation is that I'll get more exposure and I'll have more people to follow up with on a consistent basis that may eventually lead to the work coming in. So that's kind of what I'm expecting from this. The more exposure you have, the better off you are, particularly if people see you come back again. And some of the people who will be there have seen me before. So hopefully they'll see that I'm still around, still, grinding, and before you know it, we'll be working together.
Is there anyone that you're currently working with now that you'd like to see at showcase? This isn't one of the questions. It's one of
So
the.
I've done some things with Dave Fenoy,
Okay.
and so, but that's the one name I know for sure. There's probably others I'm not thinking of now that I've done some things with. But video games have been something I've thought about, and
Hmm.
initially didn't know if my voice print even fit that. But I'm
Oh, it
learning so
is.
much about what the various genres are and where I could fit in. I would have never thought about that, but it is something that I'm interested in. But I haven't spent a lot of time prepping, developing, learning, even though I have had a couple sessions with Dave.
Hmm.
Um, I'm hoping to see him again, and who knows what will happen.
I will tell you this right now. I can imagine you being a villain in a
Yes,
video game.
everybody says that. Yes.
Especially because of your performance as Tweedledum, correct?
Right.
And yep, you were definitely like your voice matched like the creepy evilness of the
Cool.
character.
Cool. Maybe I should dig into that more.
You should. What are your goals for the showcase and your overall career?
So, my goals for the showcase is to do the absolute best I can to promote me. It's all about promotion.
Hmm.
So, I want to do the best I can to promote myself in front of these people who, as I said before, are spheres of influence. My overall goals for my career is to become a steady um, um, face and voice in various genres that people rely on. I think about Dennis Haysbert and the Allstate commercials he used to do. People still have him burned on their mind. And, sometimes people will say, hey, you remind me of that guy. Um, and so I'd love to have that kind of an outcome where people will identify my voice with specific commercials or corporations or events or whatever.
What about your face? Like, because I know you're also trying to get in the on-camera business
Yeah,
as well.
so that's the on camera has been something that Law bless her heart, she would say to me, "You should consider on camera," and I go, "No," in a nice way to Law, who I respect tremendously, and she'd say again, "You should consider on camera," but and Mama Law kept beating me over the head, and so I finally said, "All right," and guess what? I got something fairly quickly. And I have to say that my close ratio for doing on camera work is much higher, much lower rather, than my close ratio for voiceover stuff. I mean, so I've had a string of successes where that's concerned, and I look forward to doing more. Um, so it's something that I've kind of fallen into, but I've grown to love. Soon I'll be taking an on-camera acting class at the theater lab here in Washington D.C. So
Ooh,
I'm looking forward to starting that in a couple weeks here. So I'm looking at getting better at that genre.
that's so exciting! Yay! I'm so happy for
Cool.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
As long as somebody wants this old face, I'm willing to show it.
Um, what is one thing you expect to take away from the showcase?
So one of the things that will be huge for me is also sitting in some of the sessions and learning and taking away from other performances that I'm observing and taking the notes and employing them in my day-to-day activities as a voice actor and as an on-camera actor because there will be some opportunity for that too. So that's what I'm hoping to take away from the showcase relative to the practical kinds of things I can do to improve myself and my craft. That makes sense.
Okay. Are you doing just VO showcase or are you also going to LA?
I'm just doing VO showcase.
Okay.
So as much as I can do, as much as I can learn, as much as I can observe via Zoom, will be good.
Alrighty. So what are your plans after showcase?
Well, I have no immediate plans after showcase other than vigorously following up with people I may have met and trying to stay in front of them. I think having a campaign with my new partner, Ryder, would be a good way to start that to make sure that I can continue to be on their radar
Mm-hmm.
because that's what it's all about.
Alrighty, so you're just gonna be following up and just making sure that everything is nice and tidy with your socials.
Correct. Correct.
Gotcha. So, last question. How do you plan to continue to grow your business and within the overall industry after showcase?
So again, I will say that what I have been, I haven't focused as much time and energy on, which I know I have to, is reaching out, being more proactive in contacting people, whether it be casting directors, whether it be ad agencies, whether it be production companies. I just have not focused on a continuous campaign to drip on them. And I'm hoping that this will be a good kickstart for me to be able to do that, starting with the people that I meet from LA Showcase and expanding into other areas where I think my voice and my image would be welcomed.
Alrighty, cool.
Okay.
Or voice actor.